What's up, guys? It is the Bad Wolf. We are going to be talking about the offer in compromise. Yes. What is that? Now, in my bag of tricks, I have a number of legal remedies to deal with the IRS, depending on what's going on with your situation. This is education and entertainment purposes, and all consultations are considered private. All right. So I'm not going to spew all of my bag of tricks here. I may make a seminar video, probably for a purchase that people can utilize to learn a lot more tricks than you guys know about. But if I do that, well, then obviously the cat is out of the bag, so to say, and you guys will probably do less consultations. So obviously, I would need to charge for these seminars. Some will be free, some will be paid. But eventually, all of these tricks, tips, and techniques will get out there. Matter of fact, all of them are out there. It's just they're not known widely, and they're not. So then you can't use them. So I will probably do an IRS seminar video. We'll do one on court. We'll do one on a couple other things. But we will have some free seminars, and we will have some paid ones. So you just have to, when those come out soon, you guys just have to go there. If you want the free ones, watch free ones. If you want the paid ones, pay to watch. I do give away so much for free that obviously, and other than like four people, including ramen, monthly, provide have that we only get donations from there. So, and I still have not monetized any of my videos. Let me say this correctly. I've allowed YouTube to do their thing, any that they're going to do anyway, but I've not made any money off of any third party advertisers who pay more than YouTube to utilize my channel for those things. So when I offer these seminars, that's just another way to help make, some money to keep me, doing what I do. So anyway, so this particular video is going to be about an offer and compromise, and I believe it's form 656. Let me just double check. Yep. So it's about form 656, offer and compromise. But what is that? It was jittery. See that? Or maybe you guys didn't see it. Well, on my TikTok channel, which has been very successful, people have been very cool, very honest, very few trolls, surprisingly. Uh, but once again, I'm just using the information from the system. I don't even get how people can leave a thumbs down on most of my videos. I'm literally just reading what it says from the IRS and whatever else's website. I'm not even making anything up. Never had to make up anything on here. Don't need to. It's already written. I may extrapolate what I think is or create what I think is my version and vision of this, but I tell you guys, do your own research. And still, yeah, people just want to hate. Why? Because people just love hate. They hate to just hate because they love to hate. All right. So this video is for anybody who has an IRS debt. Now, understand that though I do IRS, do consultations, and I do assist with that, no information can be guaranteed. Can't make any promises or whatever else. But what I will say, so we've got a 90-some% success ratio. That being the case, everything that I'm showing you guys or talk about, all of it, no matter what I'm talking about, can be found in the public somewhere or somewhere in the private, but you have to look carefully. Okay. Why don't you and the laser get a freaking room? Because they don't want everything out. So some things that are considered private should be kept private. And that's knowing how the game is played. So the offering compromise is for anybody who has IRS debt and you want to either get it reduced or eliminated. Now, there's multiple ways to do this, so this is only but one. You can literally, normally I give this away in my consultations, and normally this would be in the VIP videos. Okay. Bad Wolf After Hours. No. Not, woo. Not like P. Diddy or anything like that. Not that. Okay. But for those people who do want to join the Wolf Pack, you can go to my YouTube channel and click on the word join. Click any level that you want to participate in, and you get access to all of the information. And normally this would be in there, which means now I have to put more videos in there for those people who are already paying and help me with a monthly donation. So got to give them some more fire. But normally this video would be in there. But I'm going to drop this on this side because I already did it on TikTok. So I can't really just, put it over there. So you get it. You get it. Right. So that being said, and why? Because people challenge me. They're like, well, what about this, Wolf? Wolf. So I said, okay, this is what you do, blue, blue. All right. So now that it's out on that side, let's put it out there for the masses. Let's drop some gems. Okay. Let's drop some gem. Uh, that's nice. Okay, so gem drops here. An offer and compromise is for anybody who has an IRS debt that they want to deal with. Once again, we do have more tricks on how to deal with different debts, but here's some of the inside information. If they're contacting you and telling you that you, the taxpayer, are doing tax evasion, one of your first rebuttals is to correct the name that they're calling you and respond back to them in the regard that I'm practicing tax avoidance, which is what they call it. And that's perfectly legal. They give you a crazy name like, oh, you're a non-resident alien for tax purposes, the US national, because it sounds scary and they want you to utilize what you're most comfortable with. So as educational information, let us proceed. So first of all, it's correcting what they're trying to accuse you of. And there are numerous other things you can do, but we're going to specifically focus on one of them. It's probably like five or six that I know. And that's the offer and compromise. What is it? What is it? Okay. Simply put, you're going to call up the IRS. You're going to get an agent on the phone and you're going to say, hey, I know that there is such a thing as called the offer and compromise. Are you authorized to work with me on that and deal with it? Or what are you actually doing? You're telling them, example, my next door neighbor's name is Chip Wilson the third. It's really not, but work with me. You're telling this to the agent. Chip told me he was able to settle his IRS debt of $100,000 all the way down to about $10,000 or $15,000, and I want the same offer. I'm why? Because you have the ability to negotiate this alleged debt. Now, if the person on the phone tells you they can't do that, you must submit a form, ask to speak to their manager. When you talk to the manager, you can then say, hey, I want to do an offer and compromise, and I know that I can settle this down for pennies on the dollar. How do I know that? Because we've already done this. By the time you guys are seeing most of the things that I present, we've already done this for months or years, and it's time to bring it forward. If the manager is disagreeable, you can't ask for the manager above them. They'll usually give you just a voicemail, and you probably won't get any farther than that. But if they're willing to work with you, they can do it. If they don't, that's fine. You're going to fill out Form 656. So let's take a look. See, when you make an offer, you owe 100,000, you tell them, well, I would like to pay, 15,000. They may try to meet you in the middle. Or we're not going to negotiate with you. Well, okay, then I'm going to ask you to prove and verify this debt. I want you to verify and validate this debt. This makes them uncomfortable because it's really hard for them to verify it and to validate it. So to avoid that, they're usually willing to settle with you. And that's why this is called an offer in compromise, because they're compromising the offer. So you can talk them down and agree to make a payment. And the person on the phone, they don't want to be looked at as somebody who, like most companies have, is a retention department. That retention department is designed so that they can keep you as a client. And if not, then the person looks like they didn't do their job. Now, does the IRS have a retention department? I highly doubt it. But that's what these agents are for, is to act and operate as that. So they are prepared to negotiate if you know that you can. Let's take a look at the form and all that other good jazz. So if you type in IRS form 656, it says here about form 656, which means that they have a informational booklet that you can read on how to do what's on the file in the form 656 properly. Offer in compromise. Learn how to apply for an offer in compromise to settle your tax debt for less than the full amount you owe. So this is a legitimate program. Find out the eligibility requirements, payment options, fees, and etc. So let's take a look at the form, first of all, PDF. Did you use the pre-qualifier tool prior to filling out this form? Locate the tool on irs.gov, O.I.C tool, or by scanning the QR code on your smart device. Oh yeah, updated, 2024. Put the little code on there. Now it says here, include the $205 fee and initial payment unless you qualify for low income certification. Okay, so there's a fee. Now, really, by law, there's not supposed to be a fee for any American. So there may be an offer in compromise waiver, but it says here, you see if you can qualify for what they call the low income certification. All right. Name, social, address, home, all the basic stuff. Individual tax periods. Okay, so put down the periods that you are trying to deal with here. Get reduced. It says here, that's if you use a form 1040. That's your checkbox here. Trust fund, recovery penalty, form 941, employer quarterly, annually, etc. So you check that box for most people. Down here, low income certification. What is your family unit size? 48. Look, notice here how they have the 48 continuous states and then DC and US territories. And then they include Alaska and Hawaii because Alaska and Hawaii are not a part of the 48 continuous states, but they're part of the geographical United States of America. Anyway, that's just extra information. Once you fill out this, says your payments or your whatever will your deposit, whatever will not be returned. You're going to say, I qualify or I do not qualify. Section 2 is for businesses. If you qualify for the low income certification, do not include any payments with your offer. Generally, these payments will not be returned and will be applied to the tax liability. Okay, so you should probably go through and read here. Section 3, reason for the offer. Doubt as to the collectability. Okay. So you're saying, I don't think they were supposed to be able to collect anyway. I do not have enough assets and income to pay my full tax liability. Effective tax administration, economic hardship. I have enough assets and income to pay my full tax bill due to my special circumstances. Requiring full payment would cause an economic hardship. I owe this tax liability. Only individuals qualify for this, not businesses. Special thing for nationals and U.S. citizens, not businesses. Public policy or equity. I have enough in assets and income to pay my full tax liability, but collection of the full liability could be viewed as inequitable. You might put me under if you take everything. So I owe this tax liability. I'm agreeing. The amount I'm offering is based on my exceptional circumstances, not economic hardship. So in other words, you're basically saying, I'm willing to make you an offer. Let's get down. Let's go to the lobby. Let's go to the lobby. Now, it's funny because when I put so many of these things out there, so many people then copy these materials, and that's fine. But at least throw me a shout out on your YouTube channel or wherever else it is. I'm not asking you to pay me. I'm just saying if you find value in this and you want to donate, donate. Can't donate, you're going to reuse this information. At least give my YouTube channel, TikTok, or whatever else, or website, blacksite32.com or jameslovett.com. Give me a shout out. That's all I'm saying. So many people I know, there's certain things that I put into place that when people use my information, I know it came from me and I've been able to show it across the board. I'm not saying it as in like I'm some god or anything. I'm just saying like don't be like the system and not show love from other people back and forth. That's it. All right. Now let's get back to your regularly scheduled program. Uh, editor, can you bring in the video? Oh, I'm the editor. Let's just go. All right. Check only one of the payment options below to indicate how long it will take you to pay off your full amount. You must offer more than zero. So, all right. The offer should be in whole dollars only. So they're basically saying, make us an offer. A lump sum. If you check this box, check here if you will pay your offer in 5 or fewer payments within 5 or fewer months of the date of acceptance. Enclose a check for 20% of the offer amount, waived if you met the requirements for low income certification and fill in the amounts. So if I owe $100,000, I already know from doing this for years now that though you might be thinking, I'm just going to put $1,000 in there, they're not going to accept it. And you've wasted your money and time. They will accept, in some cases, 10% to 20% on average of the initial full debt. I'm giving you guys stuff that I use that I've made money on, but now I'm really not going to be able to. I'm giving you guys this program. So not only am I telling you you can use this for yourself, but you can go out there and help other people do an offer and compromise and make money. And I'm not even saying kick me some money off of what you make, but throw a shot out because this is what they don't want you guys to know. Most of you guys have never even seen or heard of this. I've been using this bread and butter for years in the private, of course. Now we're bringing it to the public. It's time to bring out some of these things. Not everything, some things I'm going to keep for me. This is a good one. Not the only method, but it's a good one. We know how to zero that bad boy out. So I'm just going to save you time. Don't put in $1 or $100 and 5 payments of $100 or whatever. Be realistic. Sure, some of you guys are going to be dumbasses and try it anyway because that's what it is. Because then you're going to think, well, they accepted out of my $100,000, 10,000, 15, 25,000. I wonder if I can redo it again. They're not going to do it. I wonder if I go lower than that, they're not going to do it. I'm telling you, when I give you guys the golden ratios for these things. So total offer amount, let's just say, I don't know, $18,000 or $20,000 out of the 100. It's pretty much as low as they're going to go. Give them your 20%, put that number here, then here's the remaining balance. Each month, I'm agreeing to pay these last totals out. Now, if you have it in cash or whatever, great. If you have to do it in credit, well, but make these payments. You may have to take a loan out. I'm not going to tell you how to do that or whatever else, but do what you got to do. Or periodic payment. Check here if you will pay your offer in full in the next 6 to 24 months. How much? The totals may not exceed a total of 24. The first of every month, this amount, blah, 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 blah. You must continue to make these monthly payments while the IRS is considering the offer. All right. So you drop down here to 5. Designation of payment, electronic federal tax payment system. You can have it pulled right out of your account. You can make your transfer, the whole thing, whatever you want to do. Where will you get the money to pay this off? They want to know because they're nosy. Doesn't say it's mandatory, so you don't have to tell them specifically educational only. You know what to do here. You know what to do. Making your payment, filing requirements, tax payment requirements. By submitting, you're agreeing, blah, 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 blah. Signatures, somebody is paid to prepare it for you. Firm's name. That's it. So now you guys know what an offer and compromise is. You're basically making an offer and you're compromising the initial debt that you owe, and you're going to get it reduced for pennies on the dollar. That's the program. Now, of course, I know a whole lot more. We've used them and we've been successful because when you understand, if you want to learn more, just read the IRC, the Internal Revenue Code. It's on their website. There's lots of fascinating goodies in there. A lot. With that being said, you guys can utilize this as one of your lines of defense. All right. So that's it, guys. Hopefully this benefits you and you guys can use it to help yourselves and other people. If you still want a consultation, I'm pretty much going to tell you the same thing about this video, but if you don't want to do this or you are rejected for whatever reasons, then yes, we can do a consultation and go over some educational and informational options that may suit your particular scenario and situation. House of Slytherin. All right, guys, that's it. Go have a great night, a great day. This is filmed in November 5th. Remember the 5th of November. So it's election day. We're about to see who's going to get it, though I cannot vote because I have renounced all that goodies. I don't really care who gets in the office, but I will say that I've heard that from the back channel that it will be Trump. So let's see if my sources, who have usually been 98% successful on the information they give me, have once again called it, because they said he's going to have two terms. They never said it was back to back. They said he's going to have two terms uh, within his, you know, run, we'll just say. So we'll see. We don't get political on this channel or any other stuff. But if you join me over on my other YouTube channel, the Badwolf Media channel, that's where we talk about all the other stuff, the off cuff, the rough, the down low, the dirty, the nitty gritty, the what do I really think about this? That's where that's going to be fired up. So if you're watching this video, join me over on that. It's also my backup channel. Um, Other than that, check out blacksite32.com. Don't forget to follow my cousin on his YouTube channel, The Gold Dragon. All right. And I thank all of you guys who support me and this information, especially those who are in my Wolf Pack, the monthly help subscription, all the people who do donations. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And at least if you're not going to do any of those things, then support by buying the files. I appreciate that as well. If you can't do that, and you know, then at least subscribe to my newsletter on Blacksite 32. If you can't do that, then share the information, share the videos. If you see anybody using any of this information against me, report them. And make sure you hit that bell like and subscribe. Help some kind of way. If you're not doing one of those or most of those or some of those or all of those, I mean, what are you even here for? Then you're really, from my perspective, no different than the very system that suppresses us. They try to keep you down. I'm trying to lift you up, and you're not trying to lift yourself up and others with this information. Some people would say, do you want all these problems? No, I want all of these solutions. Let's work together. All right, guys. Wolf is out.